state capitol, and we were there. So, yeah. But basically, I'll use a statement our sister Jan made. The black Democrats allowed the reparations bills to die, just like they've been leaving black people to die in the streets. There were a few different things we were told as to why it happened. One, we were told there was a personal feud going on between Reggie Jones Sawyer, the same assembly person who attempted to come to CD 10, and we had to block him. But we were told he and Stephen Bradford were feuding. What's up, Bonafide? Not sure who you are, but what's happening? Yeah, they were told that the governor was going to not approve Bradford's bills. So first let me explain. The two bills that were up today have been presented by Steve Bradford, and a lot of folks say it was the only real type of reparations out of all of the 14 bills that were presented way back in the beginning of the year. But one was to establish a Freedmen's Bureau, which would have the duty to identify who qualified for reparations. In California, they had decided it was going to be paid based on lineage. And the Freedmen's Bureau would basically decide who qualified and then distribute the funds, first receive the funds, then distribute the funds. The second bill would actually fund that bureau. So Wednesday, a third bill was actually approved. It finally made it through the final stages, the assembly floor, which is to give back properties that were taken through eminent domain. And they got word the governor was not going to approve the other two bills, the Freedmen's Bureau bill nor the funding. So the governor supposedly made amendments to the bill, and it was basically he was calling for a 2-year study, basically just prolonging the shit. So Bradford didn't want to include the amendments, which most of us agree. But supposedly other legislators were fighting him to go ahead. Hey, what's up, Jan? I just used your the statement you had for the title, basically that the Democrats allowed the reparations bill to die like they've been allowing our people to die. But yeah, so that was supposedly one issue that was going on. Came down to Reggie Jones Sawyer, whose duty was to actually present the bills, and he just straight out refused it. There were other people saying the Black Caucus actually didn't want the governor to be tasked with vetoing the bills, because then we would be going after him, which is craziness, because now they just put their own careers out there. And I forgot the third issue just that quick. But basically, it's a lot going out already, and I know people are going to really attempt to spin this, but what this really says loud and clear is what black people have been dealing with for the past 60 years, which is what Minister Malcolm told us in the Ballad of the Bullet. Basically, these Negroes are puppets of white supremacy, and the Democrats have mastered what Malcolm was saying, being the covert ones to lead us to the slaughter, by having these small circles of people who they actually do give some temporary funding to then come back and sell the rest of us that, they're the party, that they're the saviors. But today was the epitome of the hell we've actually been going through under Democratic leadership for the past 60 years. We spent the whole past year supporting these bills, like I've been saying, even though we African Town Coalition knew from the gate it was bullshit. You know, the fact that there were no real concessions that are given to all other people when reparations is afforded. You know, even a situation such as a bureau is usually accompanying the payments that are going to be made. Not that a bureau is set up first and then we talk about the funding. You know, when we talk about the Jews, Native Americans, whatever, the land, whatever was allocated to them was on the table first, and if there was a bureau, it was attached to that. So we knew from the gate this was some bullshit. Spent a whole year having people hopes up. But I personally see it as hopefully a wake-up call for a lot of folks who have been trying to sell us, you know, these lies to get Kamala in there. And she's already saying, you know, she's not going to do anything specific for black folks. This right here, God willing, will wake up more people to see, you know, we have nothing coming from either of these parties of white supremacy, regardless of whether or not it's black faces out there. I'm going to see some of our other folks, because we still on the road. Some of our other folks who made the journey want to speak. Jan is saying, I'm still here, and the Republicans are still going to try to bring the bills back up for a vote. Thank you, Jan. That is another excellent point I did want to make. So the only attempt all day to actually get these bills on the floor was made by a Lebanese Republican, and I don't want to mess his name up, but people putting out there his name is Bill Esseley. One of our brothers said his name is actually Bilal. He actually spoke to him. Our brother Basim spoke to Bilal for some time while we were at the state capitol. But yeah, it took a Republican, non-black Republican, to actually put the bill up on the floor.
I am livid right now through the fucking roof! California Legislative Black Caucus refused to bring extremely important reparation legislation to a vote today. Let me get to myself because I'm too pissed. Hold on. This is the fucking letter they wrote to the black constituents in California. There has been interest regarding the status of Senate Bill 1403. The caucus was unable to participate in the legislative process collectively and only recently became aware of the concerns and issues with. They go on to talk about Senate Bill 1331, and they basically said they didn't approve it. Organization Black Pact and the Reparationist Collective is calling for the recall of the entire slate of the California Legislative Black Caucus. We ain't playing with y'all no more. Y'all done poked the bear and woke the sleeping giant. Y'all done pissed off the wrong people at the wrong time. Y'all need us to fucking show up for Kamala Harris. Ha! Good luck!
Yeah, no reparation, no vote. If you don't give us no reparation, you ain't getting no vote. Y'all gave the legal. Y'all gave us free health care with no pushback. Give us the vote. 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 Give us the vote.
Which is just a simple amendment that pretty much gutted much of 1403, and it turned it into an additional study. We've studied this for 2 years on the task force. We've studied it for decades as Americans, the harms and the effects of slavery here. So we didn't need another study. Now is the time for action. And you know, I was ready to have these votes taken up and get them to the governor's desk. I mean, now it's time for profiles and courage.
So this is Assemblyman Mr. Bryan. He's mad I brought up the reparations vote. So he's preventing me from speaking. And he's trying to block my access to it. Why are you so upset?
You vote for 3 strikes, you put black folks in prisons, but now you want to be a reparations person. But you won't vote for the bill.
We should.
I supported the bill all session.
Then bring the bill.
Will you vote for the bill, Mr.
Bring the bill.
Will you vote for the bill?
Bring it up.
Will you vote for reparations?
Bring it
I
up.
would love it.
Bring it up.
Let's vote for reparations
Bring
together.
it up. Bring it up.
You in, Bill?
Bring it up.
I didn't think so.
Bring it up. I'll vote for it. Bring it up. I'll vote for it.
The speaker need to bring the bills up now. These are their bills. They have their names on the bills. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Now, listen, they gonna see this and they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills, then they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Okay? We don't care.
We need to
Bring the goddamn bills up now.
The governor needs to understand that the world is watching California, and this is going to have a direct impact on your friend Kamala Harris, who's running for president. This is going to have a direct impact. So pull up the bills now, vote on them, and sign them.
We have
We've been waiting for over 400 years.
Thank you, members. I rise in support of AB 1840, and I want to thank our colleague from Fresno for bringing this forward. I get the privilege of being in the Latino caucus as well as the Black caucus and many other caucuses. And I believe in a California that has invested in an opportunity economy. And I know that that opportunity economy exists because our undocumented community members are contributing dollar after dollar to that opportunity economy. And we're in a situation right now where we are so convinced in our minds, some of us, that in order to give to one, it means that I'm taking away from someone else. That is not the California that I live in. The California that I live in recognizes that our undocumented immigrants are the people who built California, are the people every single day who contribute to California's economy, and are the people who are striving to become a part of California in a way that is recognized as citizens. Our immigration system is broken. When we have people waiting 17 years to become citizens of this California, of this nation, it is broken. And in the meantime, if we dare to actually provide our undocumented community members with the same rights and opportunities that they contribute to, so be it. I believe in a California of opportunity. I'm thankful that you brought forward this bill, and I'm thankful that you did so in a way that frames and centers the humanity of our undocumented community members. With that, I respectfully request your aye vote.
Reparation! Now!